Why hello, YouTube. Welcome to my lair, and today we'll be discussing villains. Last week, I did meet my characters, and this week I thought I'd do meet my villains. The only problem with that is it would be really short. For example, this would be the meet my villains.
This is the first villain. Her name is Maureen. Maureen is very power hungry. She just likes to be in charge. She likes to control others. She's basically addicted to that, and that plus the darkness is what governs her actions in the book. This here is Brian, and he is actually an ancient warlock that has kept himself alive through the means of dark magic. And he doesn't really care about other people and doesn't realize the consequences his actions have for other people. Last of all, I have the nameless imp. I didn't give her name because she also is ancient, and I thought it would be interesting if just her name was forgotten like so many names have been forgotten in real history. She is only really a quasi-villain because it's her darkness that has spread throughout the land, despite the fact that she can't control it.
So now that you've met my villains, I'd like to tell you how I think a villain should be written and how I strived to write my villains. The first thing is your villains need to be relatable. They need to be able to have the audience understand why they're doing what they're doing. You need to give them human emotion. This doesn't mean your villain needs to be a pushover with no personality, but it also means that your villain needs weakness, which is the second part, number 2. If you have a villain that is purely powerful and they're just like in the galaxy, Star-Lord's father who became a planet, that's a little OP. You don't want an OP villain. With an OP villain, it becomes nearly impossible for the audience to relate to that villain, and they just stop making sense. The third thing that I think every good villain should have is logic. Your villain should believe that their way of thinking is right. They're not just killing villagers right and left because they're like, oh, killing's fun. No. They should have a reason for it. Maybe those people were treasonous, or maybe they don't do that. Maybe they do something else. But they should be logical. One of my villains is very logical in his sociopathness. He actually gets into a philosophical argument mid-battle with Apricot, and it was really fun and interesting to write, just to get in that strange mindset of writing that. But they should be logical, and they should almost win. That's the fourth thing. Let your villain almost win. If your hero defeats your villain too easily, then there's no point to it. For instance, there's an anime that my husband was telling me about, and it's called In Another World with My Smartphone, and I saw a clip of it where the protagonist needs to fight monsters, and he just has like every ability ever, and he makes the monsters' insides disappear from the inside to the outside, and so they die automatically. If your hero is too strong and defeats your villain too easily, then it's no fun. Then why have the villain? So let the villain almost win. The fifth thing is let your villain follow through on their threats. If they're gonna kill someone, if they say they're gonna kill someone, let them kill that person. If they say they're gonna torture someone, let them torture that person. Your villain needs to be a villain for a reason. They can't just say they're gonna be evil or say that they are evil and never act evil. They need to act evil. So let them follow through on their threats. The sixth and most important thing is make your villain think that they're the hero of their own story. As you're writing, if you're able to decide that your villain thinks that they're the hero, it's easier to write them. Because, yeah, they have a flawed understanding of what's going on, or maybe they see a different outcome as the goal. But You need to make your villain think they're the hero. That will help you with their relatability and their logic as well. So that's my villain video. Have a great day, and remember to write your villains evilly. Why hello YouTube. Today we're going to talk about I'm laughing, dang it, I gotta say it again.